You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We have a special guest, some guests in the building with us today. We have Angelique Kearse. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
And you have your attorney. What's your attorney's name?
Sanford Rubenstein.
Sanford Rubenstein. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Now, explain. A couple weeks ago, Angelique called us during Tell 'Em Why You Mad.
Mm-hmm.
Get it off your chest.
Get it off your chest. Yeah.
During Get It Off Your Chest, and she was upset. Told us a situation that had happened with her husband. So for the people who haven't heard, because it was early in the morning, explained what happened and why you called that morning.
I called in the morning because the Schenectady Police Department murdered my husband on May 11th.
Mm-hmm.
They denied him medical attention when he said he couldn't breathe and he felt dizzy. The officers were his judge, his jury, and his executioner. So I called you to ask for justice for him, for you guys could be his voice for him, for me and our family and our children. Because the Schenectady police are still working. They haven't named them. My family is broken and they're still on the job, and I have no clue of who did this to him.
So explain to us with your husband, Angelique Kearse.
Yes.
Why were the police? Why did they apprehend him? What happened? Walk us through what the details that you do know.
What I do know is they're saying it was for a traffic stop. Traffic violation, which they're not telling me what traffic violation was it. So I don't know if it was a red light or a stop sign or anything. For a normal traffic violation, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he couldn't breathe?
He couldn't breathe. There's witnesses.
That's spooky. Especially being that the day is the 3-year anniversary of Eric Garner.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so there was no ticket given, because since we don't know, there was no ticket given at all.
No. And what I do know is what the Schenectady State Police have told me, that yes, there's video surveillance stating that he's saying he can't breathe, he feels dizzy, and they thought he was joking.
At this time, there is an independent investigation underway by an independent prosecutor, the Attorney General of the state of New York, appointed by an executive order of Governor Cuomo to investigate and prosecute, where appropriate, wrongful acts by police, criminal acts that result in the wrongful death of an unarmed man. That is currently under investigation by the Attorney General's office. And what's really important to this widow is that she get justice for the wrongful death of her husband, and that a grand jury be convened so that the people of the community can make a determination with regard as to the acts of the police and if they were criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gary McCarthy, he's the mayor of Schenectady, he said that it appeared the death was a result of a medical problem, but there was never a follow-up statement on whether or not that was true or false.
We're waiting for the autopsy report. We're waiting to have an independent look at the autopsy report, as well as the independent investigation by witnesses, including visual evidence, by the Attorney General.
Did he have any prior medical history at all?
No, he was 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
His legacy was 9 children, 3 stepkids, and 5 grandbabies.
Mm.
Okay, now when this did happen, we did get a lot of people reaching out to us, and one person is Angelique Kearse's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying to figure out, she actually was up here before you got here and saying that she's been trying to reach you. She wanted to speak with you. And so I'm wondering, is there a reason why his mom, there's an issue with the contact there?
You know, what's really important here is that the wrongful death of an unarmed individual be addressed appropriately. This family, like any other family, doesn't necessarily agree on everything. So that's not what's really important. And what's really important is that we focus on this wrongful death, this man who never should have died, and why, and were criminal acts committed by police for which they should be prosecuted, and of course, at the end of the day as well, civil damages for this family. 9 children left without their father.
My children, our 4 children we have together, our twin sons keep asking me, saying, "Mommy, does the police, are they in jail yet?" Our 4-year-old is thinking, can we go see Daddy? Can we go to the funeral home to see Daddy? So now they don't understand. They left without their dad. My little girl, which is 2 years old, hit 2 after he passed, and she will never be a daddy's girl. She will never have that daddy dance or be even walked down the aisle because the actions of these police officers thinking he was joking. Obviously, he wasn't joking. Mm-hmm. Obviously, something was wrong with him, and they denied him. From when they picked him up to the precinct, that's 15 to 20 minutes, okay? And when you're in cardiac arrest, you get 10 minutes for them to do something. Every minute that they denied him was a sentence of death.
Mm. Will they be able to release that surveillance video footage? How do you manage to get a hold of that? I don't know how.
Right now, the surveillance video is part of the evidence that is the investigation of the Attorney General as an independent prosecutor. That will not be released until after a decision is made whether a grand jury is convened or not. We want a grand jury convened, and if a grand jury convened, it becomes grand jury material, which is secret. But after the criminal proceedings, if there are criminal proceedings, are completed, this will be made public, and the public will see pictures of the truth.
Sanford, why do you think that after his death, they say things, they put out things like he was with another woman at the time of his death?
Look, one of the things that we know, and I've done, unfortunately, over 20 cases of wrongful deaths in this city by police of individuals who should not have been killed, dirty up the victim. That's a modus operandi that we see many times and many times too often, dirty up the victim. That's what that's all about. We're pleased the Attorney General is conducting an independent investigation, independent of local district attorneys, as well-intentioned as they are. They have certain conflicts and that they need police to make their cases on a daily basis. So we have an independent prosecutor appointed by the governor looking for the truth, and we look forward to the findings of this investigation and ultimately a grand jury, people from the community, to determine whether a crime was committed by these police officers.
Does that even work? Because, I find it weird that it's like, okay, the brother got killed by police, and then you bring up his infidelity. I don't see what one has to do with the other.
Nothing. Dirty up the victim is all a matter of trying to make victims look in the eyes of the public in a negative way. It's not right. It's wrong, but that's what happens. That's what we're explaining. It has nothing to do with the evidence in the case, nothing to do with his wrongful death.
I've never heard of a situation where they take somebody in to the precinct and there's no reason why. That just seems awfully strange. And there was no reason to given why they were taking them to the precinct.
For a traffic stop.
I'm
saying it seems very weird
exactly. Everything they keep saying is everything is an investigation. Look, I'm going to tell you this, okay? I found out about my husband's death the next day, which was the 12th, on a Friday. And the only reason they called me in the afternoon was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to tell me, when everybody knew already he died. It was on news, it was on his family members. I was his next of kin. I was supposed to be the first one to be to be called. Mm-hmm. And they called me 1 o'clock and they go, Mrs. Kearse, do you know? Not excuse me, I'm sorry. Do you know? Yes, I know. How you even say that to somebody at 1 o'clock? And it's already on the news.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that's important, and we're grateful that you have us on the show, is to shine a spotlight on what happened so it doesn't get buried under the rug, so to speak. And we're also grateful, the family's grateful, to Black Lives Matter. Hawk Newsom, who's in your studio right now with her, has been with her from day one, trying to shine a spotlight on this wrongdoing so that it just doesn't get forgotten about. And we're grateful that a civil rights organization like Black Lives Matter has taken a leading voice in supporting this widow.
Counterpunch.org says Schenectady Police Department has a history of police brutality. Is that true?
You know, one of the unfortunate occurrences in this nation with the election of Donald Trump as president is the selection of Sessions as Attorney General, who's announced that these pattern and practice investigations, which have been so helpful in this country to nail wrongdoing in police departments and correct them with corrective measures, has been just about stopped. So, you know, we don't have a friendly administration in Washington. We're hopeful that this independent investigation by the Attorney General's office will really get to the truth so that a grand jury can hear the truth and make a determination with regard to criminal acts committed by police.
Angelique, is there any way you and his mother could ever get on good terms?
I think, once again, I'm going to jump in here because that's not the issue here. The issue is, how do we prevent other victims like Angelique from being on your show? How do we stop these wrongful killings? And here you have a man who obviously needed medical attention and wasn't given the medical attention he needed at the time, which would have saved his life. We await the coroner's report. We await the independent look at the coroner's report. We await the investigation of the Attorney General's office, including their interview of witnesses and also the video, pictures of the truth, to get to the bottom of this. But thank you so much for shining a spotlight on what happened to Angelique Kearse.
So the only things we do know is that he was allegedly pulled over for a traffic violation, and then sometime in between, for some reason, the police took him into custody. We don't know what that reason is, right? And then on the way to the police station,
when they inside the police station, the witness, Mrs. Perry, stated that they dragged him out of the vehicle, unconscious, 3 of them.
And she was arrested as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Put him on the floor, and she said he was looking in the sky with his eyes up, and she was calling him. Now, if you calling somebody and you don't know you're arrested, the person doesn't know you're arrested, and you calling them, you're gonna look.
When Andrew was pulled over, okay, he ran to the back of the house, okay? It's reasonable for any black man to run when the police pull him over.
What do you mean he ran? When he got out the car,
he got out the car, he ran, okay? You see Eric Garner, you see Delron Smalls, you see Deborah Danner. You understand why black people are afraid of the police, but he ran. When they caught him, witnesses that were there said they heard him screaming, "You're breaking my leg. Ow, ow, you broke my leg."
Yes.
Okay, so at the scene, he's complaining that someone broke his leg. Why didn't he get medical attention there? When he gets to the precinct and he's dead, when they pull him out of the car, they wait around for another 10 minutes. And when they go into the precinct to get the defibrillator to shock this man back to life, they're walking.
Slowly.
Okay? A witness, Sue Perry, will testify that they walked to get the defibrillator, and they were laughing. Here you have a man, a father, a brother, a son who's dying in the street, and they're walking to get the machinery necessary to save his life, okay? Because black lives didn't matter to them. They think it's a joke. They kill us in the streets, they murder us, and they get away with it, and no one is taking this seriously. People need to address this issue. It's in all of our hands. Thank you for having us here. But the celebrities, it has to be more than a tweet.
Absolutely.
White celebrities can tweet, right? Anybody can tweet or put up a meme. What are you going to do to put skin in the game? Nick Cannon is a founding member of Black Lives Matter of Greater New York, okay? Because of his interactions with us, it lost him millions of dollars with NBC. And he took it with a grin. He took it on a chin because he's fighting for justice. Who's going to put skin in the game? Where's the black celebrity? Okay, you could tweet. Anybody could tweet, right? Are you going to donate? We got kids out here in this lobby right now who are homeless, who we put in shelters, who work with us, kids who are students that we feed all the time. Are you going to go to Black Lives Matter Greater NY and donate? You don't have to be on the front lines, and people don't have to know what you're contributing, but y'all got to get active. Like the black celebrity, Hollywood, black Hollywood, we athletes, we got to get active. The way Barack Obama won was because of grassroots contributions. Money moves mountains. You got an army out here supporting you that's going to jail, that's being brutalized by the police. Are you supporting that army?
Absolutely. You know what bothers me about this whole situation? I didn't even know that there was an eyewitness that actually heard him, getting his leg broken, because as soon as she called and we heard about the situation, then people started calling, discrediting her, and I don't understand why that's an issue. Like the police killed somebody.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, right? In these cases, there's always family tension. Some of y'all might have kids out of wedlock, right? And your mother might not get along with your baby mama. And then you die. And then you have this tension escalated. So all these years and years of emotion, and now the beef is heightened because the person y'all both had in common is gone. The problem is there's a lot of pain, a lot of anguish, and people don't know where to focus that pain. They need to focus that pain like Angelique did and call y'all and got active. Don't call y'all to tell y'all how bad of a woman she is. Call to talk about your son. Call to talk about your brother. Let's stay positive, right? Let people do the right thing and keep things in perspective. We all out here fighting for the same thing, justice for Andrew Kearse. And
his mom definitely said that's what she wants. But she just wants to be involved.
That was the most important thing.
She said she wants to be involved.
Okay,
she's
no,
fighting for
I'll
justice
take it.
as well.
Check this out, right? There was a brawl at the funeral.
She told us.
Yeah.
Okay? And there was a brawl at the funeral. So right now, the best thing to do is, I speak with the mother, I speak with Angie. The best thing to do is both of them take their separate lanes and go after justice.
No.
Right?
Can I? No.
Go ahead.
I want you to understand this, okay? They jumped me 2 feet away from him inside the funeral home.
In the Bronx.
In front of my children. My children got memories, okay? Not that. They got it. First of all, I didn't even ID Andrew. Okay, so when I see him at the funeral home, that's the first thing I realize, and I'm like, okay, he really is gone. Okay, because they didn't even give me that chance to even ID him. They took that away and said that they ID'd him by the fingerprints. All right, they took that away from me. That right. Okay, so at the funeral home, I'm there dealing with the fact that he's gone. Okay, they come in, a mob of them, me mugging me. I'm ignoring them. His mother sits at that pole next to him in the funeral home where he's at, me mugging me, and I'm still ignoring her, and I'm trying to do right by Andrew. She comes and I walk away from her. Okay, she comes up to me. I'm talking to one of his family members, his cousin and his thing. She comes up to me and goes, "Why are you speaking to my people? Why I'm speaking to your people?" She comes, her girlfriend swings on me. She swings on me. His older son swings on me, and his sister jumped me 2 feet away from her. And after that, okay, they stole from him. I put two
Wait.
You know,
I just want to say, the emotions were high, and people acted out of emotion.
No.
They're good people, and God bless them. But they were acting out emotionally. Like, you have no idea. Sanford has been dealing with these cases for years. There is beef. The movement has an ugly side to it. You're dealing with death. I deal with death 24/7. And people get angry. And people want to be that person who's... It's so much that goes into this that people get lost in it, right? And we're just thankful that we're here to work with these families. And we're here when the cameras are on and when the cameras are off. A lot of these people just show up, smile for the cameras, make a statement, disappear, okay? So when all this was happening, Black Lives Matter Greater New York was breaking up that fight. You understand what I'm saying? Like we here for these families to help these families. And guess what? It's an ugly side. We all have been in some nonsense that we wish we weren't a part of. And things happen. We're trying to get past it.
It's very important to not get distracted from what
That's
the main
exactly,
issue
that's
is.
exactly the point.
That's
The point is, as he was talking about earlier, either it's dirtying up the victim or any kind of distraction to get us away from the fact that a man died who should not have died, and he was in police custody at the time, and that's what the focus should be. That's the issue, and you having us on the show at least shines a spotlight on that issue, so that we can stay on that issue, and ultimately you'll have us back. The Attorney General's got to make a decision whether to convene a grand jury, a lot of different steps along the way. So that's where the focus should be, right on the tragedy of his wrongful death.
So what can people do if they want to help out? Or if
And
they
I
want
just
to
want to
donate?
say we are hopeful that you guys managed to come together in the tragedy to at least fight for that common cause and manage to just somehow just make sure that it doesn't get to be a distraction too much, that you guys can't just somehow work things. Not even like you guys have to speak to each other, but at least let's just make sure the focus is.
Angelique, my children got nightmares. They say, "Mom, the mean lady, she beat you up, Mommy. The mean lady wants to kill you." Like,
And these things are terrible, right?
Yeah.
And these are things that we'll deal with, of course, because this man died the way he did. Those children will need therapy. This whole family needs therapy. Like, people need to get through this. So you want to know how people can help?
How can people help?
They can go to BLM Greater NY on Twitter, Instagram. They can also go to our website, BLM, Black Lives Matter, spelled out, greater NY. They can donate there. They can find out where we're moving. We just led a march in Manhattan. We had thousands of people in the street for Philando Castile. If I may, it's very important to understand that we're not just marching. Yeah. I have a law degree. This is all about strategy. So when we march, y'all might know what's going on because you see it on your social media. But when we march, we get news cameras out there. So now it's not just the hood and people who look like us talking about it. Now it's on the news. Now people are like, wow, the cops really let this man die and left him there for like a half hour and didn't give him what he needed to help out.
Because I'd have never heard about this situation if she hadn't called.
You didn't call that morning, right?
And there's just they happen so much that it's like you can't even keep up
The
anymore.
first thing we did was like, let's research this and see what it is, because we definitely have to make sure when someone calls up and tells us something, the first thing I did was try to get all the facts together that we know.
But we can't be beaten down, right? Black people walking around like, oh my God, again. It's to the point where we're not even responding. We got to stand up and fight back. Get with people who are out here fighting. We all can't be on the front lines. I accept that, right? But you could contribute and help out in other ways. We have people on our board with Ivy League degrees. We have ex-felons. Like I told you, we got a lot of young people. So support them, right? They're putting their lives, their bodies on the line. Support them. Spread awareness. Go to our page. You see something, you share it. We got memes up for Angelique Kearse. Is it in your timeline, Charlamagne? Let's make that happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, let's get the word out there.
And Charlamagne, I really am so grateful to you, because without you saying that, you know, for me to come on and just keeping your promise, you are a blessing. And I would like to ask you if you could be a celebrity spokesperson for him. If you could really get us justice for him, because you really are there for the people.
I mean, I don't know if I can guarantee getting justice, but I can definitely help y'all elevate y'all voice whenever y'all need it. Yes. You know?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for coming by and sharing your story. I know it's hard and difficult, but we appreciate you coming.
And hopefully
and
you are
sharing
getting
story.
therapy for the children, for yourself, because it's been a difficult time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Angelique Kearse, thank you.
Thank you.
It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.